Screw it, I'm gonna start right now.
Whoa, your coffee. Okay, I'm done.
Guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
That's your cue.
Oh, shit, my bad. Hey, everyone, how's it going? Snuggles time here, bringing you the derpiest First Circuit podcast intro ever, number 31.
There's you.
There's quite a bit of competition out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That was a solid fuck up. They gave me, like, they basically spoon-fed it to me, and I still fucked it up, so...
Oh, God.
I'm proud of you.
Welcome to my glorious intro, and as I said, this is the First Circuit podcast 31.
32.
32, my bad. Jesus, I'm fucking up hard and gaining speed. All right, so who we have with us? We have Biter, Ian, Larsh, Old Bob, and obviously myself. What we're going to be talking about tonight are going to be FP loot bags, the Sun Spider, also mechPacks. We're also going to be talking about patch notes and an in-depth discussion about the Powerhouse, Vanguard, and the oh God, how words, they're difficult.
They're
I'm reading from
difficult.
script. I don't read from scripts. I just
Well, we don't have a script. It's just
somebody save me. Save me. I'm fucking this up. Somebody
We're gonna
take
end
this.
up this podcast.
Hey, we're
with
gonna have
the
an
Powerhouse,
in-depth
Vanguard, and
discussion
Sun
of the
Spider
Powerhouse, Vanguard, Sun Spider.
Yes.
All the new
yes.
mechs.
And all the new mechs.
All the
Thank
new
you,
shit,
Larsh.
yes.
I appreciate that. I'm a man.
Jeez. So Snuggles, what do you think we should talk about first?
Oh, I think we should talk about the most influential, the greatest mech ever implemented into all of BattleTech history. It has hands down.
No.
Let's start with the picture play.
Okay, we're gonna start with
let's do the loot bags.
the loot
Let's do
bags.
the loot bags.
Oh my God.
So, people,
So-
as a quick reminder, the quick play loot bag event is now over, and the faction play loot bag event has started.
Woo!
Yay.
Yay! Scouting.
Yeah, I know, scouting. That's it.
Yeah, mostly scouting.
Pretty much, I will rather chew off my arm than do factual warfare. Scouting's fine. I could stand scouting, but factual warfare, I'm done with that stuff. But we also have the Indepth versus Clan was the phase 1. Phase 2 is Davion versus Steiner, Lucky Charms. Phase 3 is Steel Viper versus Nova Cat, Lucky Charms. And looks like Clan and Clan gameplay, they're actually doing what they did for the normal, the faction warfare, which they should have done. They waited a month for when the FedCom Civil War came out, and they actually didn't have it then, but they did it a month later. So this is kind of nice. It's going to be, you can now beat up each other in Clan versus Clan and Indepth versus Indepth, and each time you do get some loot bags and also special items as well. So if we take a look at phase 1, never mind, don't worry about it. We're not going to take a look at phase 1. Never mind.
So
Phase 1 is the
the
worst
faction
phase.
play thing, has started and it's running for basically a week.
Yeah.
The Innisphere versus Innisphere thing starts after the weekend, I think, in 2 days and 21 hours, it says, and it ends in 4 days' time. So basically, like, I think for me at least, it's like Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday is Clan versus Clan.
Yeah. Let me get to it here. I'm trying to get to it. So each one, what are the items you can actually get through those?
You get the faction's own particular Warhorn, a standing item, usually like a mug, and 1 million C-bills for doing 20 kills or KMDDs during those 2 days. So instead of encouraging people to play on the weekend when, nobody has free time, wink, wink,
Yeah,
they're
no.
making people do Monday, Tuesday.
What, really?
Because I have so much free time during my weekday.
Oh God, I have so much free time. It's unbelievable. My 14 to 16 hour weekday just means nothing to them, I guess. Oh God damn it. that
I'm so
sucks.
glad they gave me something to do in the week.
Well,
Other than,
jealous.
But guys,
the-
like on a serious note, my Mondays, I literally have nothing to do. Like, and especially my Tuesdays.
yeah.
a funny thing with the recent
Yeah,
patch
that was a lie.
has been, the recent change of the patch has been you can change like instantly with no repercussions from faction to faction, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Meaning, if you when they come around, you can do the challenge for one faction and then instantly drop them and do it for the other faction, undoing all the progress you just did.
I did that last night
Yeah.
actually. On my alt account, one game I was clan Viper, and then next game I say, oh, I changed my mind. I'm going to Nova Cat. And they go, I want to go to Clan Wolf now. Screw this. I'm going to go to Davion. And each game I was changing different, through my unit, I was changing like affiliations, and it really had no impact upon anything except for you're just doing your faction warplay stuff, and that's it. That's all it did. And a little tag on the left hand side saying, hey, you are now this stupid thing that means nothing. So anyways, that's my own rant. I'm pissed off.
Well, I don't know why you'd go from clan bandwagon over to house LRMs. That just makes no sense.
House LRMs? No. I don't use LRMs that much.
Comment for the sake of keeping the conversation civil.
but it stopped, like, as they had a rant on last podcast on 31, is that it stops the immersion effect of you being part of that. I'm part Nova Cat now means nothing. It just means you're a clanner guy, and that's it. And me being Inner Sphere, you're Inner Sphere guy, and that's pretty much all it does now. So it brings out that element of just not even, why even have faction warfare like anymore? Just put it into the normal like quick play like units, and you'll be fine.
There is at least in faction play the gimmick of it being you're only Inner Sphere versus clan, or as it is next week, it's going to be Inner Sphere versus Inner Sphere, or only clan versus clan. It's
And
not
that's
a
always
mix
kinda fun.
like
Well,
in quick play.
that's kind of cool though. Don't get me wrong; they need this kind of stuff, but normally people would only actually just, I'm going to be like Clan Nova Cat and just get the Nova Cat stuff. Then they'll switch over to Steel Viper and get that stuff, and that's all they're really going to be doing. Sorry, I'm being negative. I love faction warfare. It is the best thing in the world. Okay, go on.
I mean, it could be good if they tried.
Oh yeah.
Well,
God,
it depends on how the community receives it. Because if we take a look at the faction warfare on basically like how the galaxy unfolds, every single time they do faction warfare, it's always the clans push down into fucking Davian space.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well,
So
people
maybe
just
this-
give
this
up on
will-
it though, and
Well,
it's,
yeah,
it's nothing really to it.
It's the world's most one-sided fist fight over here. and on the forums, you wouldn't know that because everyone who plays clan is complaining that the Inner Sphere, when grouped up and properly fucking coordinated, brawls them to death. And they're like, it's unfair. And we're like, you're in Davian space. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like I will entertain the FFR guys complaining about that because they just get their shit pushed in every single time.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely on that one. Like, I think that if they put some like I mean, that's a whole other podcast for us to do that. Actually just faction warfare period, but to put some interest in as far as like, mechs will be a lot more expensive. Like say mech that Davion produces will be more expensive, or a global embargo just happened because these plans were taken, so everything costs 20% more. People will be more inclined to jump into the game to go and do that. So, but that's a whole nother discussion there. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It was a lot of fun last night. I'll have video soon.
Well, you could do something like, say, the Rifleman or the Jaeger mech. If you happen to be in House Davion, you get an extra cooldown bonus to autocannons, or something lore-wise like that.
That'd be a really cool idea, actually. Yeah. Is that
That'd
now?
be cool,
Granted,
actually, yeah.
I'm not like I'm not the giant lore fiend, but that'd be really cool. Is that if you were to take a certain mech, then they could give you certain quirks in faction warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be a really
That
cool
would
idea.
be quite interesting, though. With there being a meta game in place, like any clan that just so happens to have extra quirks on top of the Hellbringer is going to be the most popular damn clan there is, and all the others are mostly forgotten.
Well, we're not as much as it's gonna fucking piss off all the clan people. No, they push into Davian space every time. They don't need quirks. They don't need buffs. Just give them really weird lore fluff stuff like fucking if you're a Clan Wolf International, or not a Clan Wolf International, Clan Wolf player, you can't take LRMs because Clan Wolf fucking hates that shit.
It could just be an interesting balancing mechanic, perhaps, if one faction's really losing a lot. They get more benefits in game. But I think
Yeah.
There is the issue, at least, of you want a fair sandbox for both sides to fight against.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have too much of the numbers flowing back and forth, then people just get annoyed at the person fiddling with the numbers rather than enjoying the whole faction thing. At least speaking for the people there, they might just enjoy doing 4 drops and not so much about the lore stuff.
Well, yeah,
Like,
there's a segment.
Clan Ghost Bear takes a negative 90% income if they ever attack FFR. Shit like.
Well, yeah, basically also too, it's like you said, there's it's there is a percentage of the population that loves faction warfare, and that's cool. You basically, I want to fight for you to have to do your drops and stuff like that. I just want to make it better, type thing, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe for the sake of this particular podcast, we should start moving on because,
'Cause,
as Bob
yes.
said, faction play is a thing we could talk about for hours and hours.
We
so-
could.
Well, instead
should
of the
do a session.
lore and that whatnot stuff, I would just say from people perspective of playing it, the rewards you're getting from these things aren't necessarily worth the grind and getting to 20
Yeah.
kills and KMDDs. Obviously, I think a funny thing is to get the loot bags, it's a very low bar, which means you can go into scouting, take a streak mech, not even necessarily even a streak mech, and just wreck some a little bit of face, and you probably earn 2 bags a match, and you can very quickly rattle it out.
Oh yeah,
And
true.
similarly in scouting, at least, you can quickly play rounds, and if you're running a streak mech, you're going to get a lot of you know what you're doing, a lot of KMDDs and kills eventually. So I'm just expecting a lot of streaking.
Oh my.
And just like with last week with quick play, if you earn a total of 100 loot bags, you will get to the tartan pattern. There's an extra 50 redeems for those who have got, I think the Flea and Solaris packs.
Yeah.
So if you pre-ordered those, you're getting 25 each. And if you happen to earn all 100 through doing it just in game, you will be able to get an Amadeus Warhorn.
Ooh.
I also want to just say there's 3 things I love about Friday. 1 is coming home to see my wife. 2 is it's Friday, I have 2 days off. And 3, the podcast. I really I enjoy this, guys. I'm sorry. I just really I just enjoy
Share
it,
the
man.
love, Bob.
I'm gonna
the
share the love. I love you guys, man. It's so cool.
I love you too, old Bob.
Sorry,
I love you
I want to
so
put that
much.
in the beginning, but I forgot about it.
But
yeah, like, you're right, though.
Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, moving on. So
Moving on.
we have.
Mech movie, Sun and Spider Challenge and the sale coming in.
Did you guys do the Sunspotter challenge yet?
No, not yet.
I've got most of it done.
Yeah.
I think they lowered the. No, they didn't actually lower the bar. So it's the usual challenge you get when a new backpack drops: do 1,000 damage in the base variants, 2,000 in the other variants. And this time they even added a challenge for the free hero mechs.
That was actually cool.
Including
yeah.
the Roughneck.
Including the Roughneck, yes.
Inside the Sunspider event.
Mhm.
So
That's kind of funny. I like that.
whatever. Do 1,000 damage in both free hero mechs and you're gonna get 2 million.
Yeah,
seals.
that's gonna be pretty easy
Yeah.
to do, actually. Especially if you get the I'm wondering like what the Raider pattern looks like. You guys seen that yet?
Raider.
It's kind of a Z or a zigzag on top of the mech. It's kind of not the Applejack,
It's-
but you zigged it, I think, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
it's a black mainly highlight with base theme with silver accents and this kind of weird football pirate buccaneer thing, and it also comes with a complimentary arrest record.
Oh, okay.
That's what the Raider theme is.
I guess that works out then. I don't know.
So
they-
on this
yeah.
on the Sunspider, if you guys just jump into the mech lab and look at it, it's you've got a central stripe through the middle. There's the leg, the left leg is also coloured, and there's a little bit on the right, on the arms, and a little stripe on the right leg. So it's, I don't see the Raider that much. It's not that amazing a skin on most mechs, I wouldn't say.
I'm gonna check out the camo spec inside my thing here. And let's see here, camo spec Raider pattern.
Oh, yeah, this thing.
Yeah,
And that's for only those who have got the ultimate pack, isn't it? That they have to play with the.
A
usually how they
special
do it.
variant.
That's all right. You know what? The Raider one really shows you where the side torsos are at in this thing.
Oh
yes.
God, yeah. That's
Don't
a
need
discussion
outfit
for later
at
on.
all.
Yeah, I know. I
It
can't wait for that
says,
one.
Shoot me here.
Holy shit!
Yes, Cytosos. We're gonna talk about
Damn.
those later.
Later on, but
Later on.
I don't want that.
I
don't
guess
want
that's a thematically appropriate skin for the sun spider. I just have
yeah.
to say.
I know, that's funny.
the shoot me here button.
Anyway, anything else about the Sunspider and Rokne Hero challenge?
So
no.
just, I mean,
Keep
it's all quite underwhelming, all the sea bills, but if you got the 2 free heroes, you play them a bit and you earn 2 million sea bills. That's nice. It helps recuperate the cost of kitting them out.
Yeah,
Yeah, true. It
and
helps. Every little bit
then-
helps, man.
it does. And then of course, along with that, we have the sale for was it the Clan Hero 2Cs and a whole bunch of other ones, which is on Mechwarrior site.
Yeah, 30% off
Pot
your
of
available
gold
website
site.
in the gift store.
Yep.
I don't know, like yeah, they're okay, I guess. I mean, just
Well,
go in
the
there,
one-
you look at the packs, you're like, yeah.
Well, the one I want to get actually, and I don't know if you guys have it or not, but it is the Mad Dog Hero. I didn't
Oh, the
get
bandit.
it on,
Yeah, I like that
yeah,
one.
I didn't get it on release, but that's one I like. I just like the look of it, and the point that it has like 2 ballistics in the torsos.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
so it's
I-
basically just
Forgetting
all the
hero.
mech packs up until the Clan 2C heroes are 30% off until the like next weekend, I think.
hmm
Actually, I
so
think
if there's been anything you've been holding back on, woo, you pick them up.
yeah. I just wish they would put them. Actually, I kind of wish they would put them on sale in the actual like store on the in game if you
Yeah.
had the MC for it, but.
actually I probably would want to get the I guess the grasshopper pack for the resistance, because it actually comes with the faction warfare paints as well too, and the horns and everything else you need, the paints and all that kind of stuff. That might actually be kind of cool. But I don't know.
Usually, I feel like a lot of the packs you have to, of course, buy the standard before you get the hero, and the standards are all available C bills. If you just play the game enough, you can usually own them
Mhm.
anyway. Whereas,
Mhm.
yeah, so the ones I'd be looking for if I haven't picked them up already are the Clan 2C heroes, Clan Heroes 1 and 2, and Resistance heroes. Otherwise,
Urban Mech.
not that interesting.
Urban
Maybe.
Mech.
They're
Yeah,
so
true.
cheap for C bills, though.
Or you can spend $14 on a standard pack. Either way.
And the Urban Mech is still $20 upfront cost.
hmm
Yeah. If you got the cash, cool. If not, you always just buy them through the C bills, and then PGI also gives you a crap ton of like MC throughout the year, and just save them, and wait for sales.
Or,
Do that kind of thing.
or maybe I'll just buy gift codes for Bob of the Roughneck because that's also on sale.
I already got all the Roughnecks, man. Like
Got him.
the only thing I don't
Yeah.
have is a hero. And
Well,
that's
there
it.
you go. I'll buy you a hero.
Yay! Give me a hero.
One thing I do need to mention real quick: the Urban Mech K9 is on sale again.
hmm
All the canines on
So
sale. That's
if
actually
you'd
good
be
mech.
interested in that one, pick it up. It's a really good mech.
Can confirm. Bob needs a hero.
I need a hero, man.
And
Would you
purchasing
be
these
my
packs
hero? Sorry, go ahead.
Purchasing these packs or whatnot will likely aid towards getting loyalty rewards, which somewhat usually require you to buy a certain amount of packs or whatever.
Yeah, very true.
I can be your hero, old Bob.
Yes, you can, Snuggles. Be my hero, please. So, like, when do the loyalty rewards start? Do you know? Like every year?
It's in quite some time, but
Yeah.
they'll be
fall.
because
Usually fall.
it's after the last rewards. We're already in the window that they should be counting.
Yeah, true.
Ooh, I kind of want to buy a Gilly.
I want to get a Gilly. Gotta get a Gilly.
Gilly.
Okay.
Bite her.
What? You don't like the Gilly?
Well, let's just say I write off any ravens I see in the team and gillies as being basically useless.
I know. Like I've
That's-
kind of like the Katana
That's
cat.
just me.
It's been fun.
I
Fun
mean,
mech
they're
to
fun
use.
gimmicks, but they're there for the gimmick, and you need to carry their weight that they aren't going to carry themselves.
Well, it's all about fun, man. It's not about winning. It's about fun, right?
Same could be
It's
said
not fun
anytime
having to
you-
carry an 11-man team because someone picked a Gillian is just sitting in the corner,
That's
slowly hissing with his Gauss rifle. Like, God damn it! Now I have to watch you at the end. And
Just-
over and
just-
over again.
He's just hiding away in a corner.
Well, that's it. I'm playing Ravens from now on. Now on, it's all Ravens all the time. Just to have fun.
Make Ravens
so
great again.
people have to carry me now. It's gonna be horrible. Carry me,
You know,
senpai.
If,
Okay,
you
so
just put an EC20 on your Raven, have a really bad Australian accent, and shoot bigger mechs, tends to work out pretty
there
well.
was someone else that did that. I forgot who that was. I watched that video and it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think that guy does videos anymore.
Yeah,
he
actually
kind of
doesn't do-
died a couple
yeah,
months ago.
yeah, his channel died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, before people
Okay,
start
so-
killing each other.
So
Main
MechPacks.
topic, patch news?
Yeah, patch notes. Yeah, patch notes actually.
Yes, patch notes.
Let's go over the patch notes. I know Snuggles went over the patch notes, so he's gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about. Get the patch notes.
Oh.
going.
Yeah, he'll be our resident expert. Go ahead, expert.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Teach us
the
about
patch
the patch
notes-
notes.
Have already happened. Yes.
Yes, it happened like
They-
1
they-
minute
they
after
were
we
a
did our
thing.
podcast last week.
As usual.
So pissed off at that.
No,
but
I
then-
really like this patch. What they're doing there. I guess they listened to the that video that Dane put out, the unfunning of Mechwarrior.
Yeah.
And
Oh, they did.
we're
Yeah.
starting to see very, very few nerfs and a lot more buffs, especially to the stuff that rarely gets played. However, I doubt even with the buffs to regular clan autocannons, we're going to see them in the game because there's really almost no reason to take them over ultras until they put the regular ACs at like the inner sphere ones, just a single projectile. There's no reason to take those over the ultras.
Yeah, true.
However, it's still a buff, and I'll take buffs.
Buffs are nice.
So, to go through it piece by piece, as we mentioned in faction play, you can switch from faction to faction easy peasy, which will be nice for the upcoming weekend event. The skill tree change, no cost to re-equip nodes you have purchased in the past.
That helps so
I've
much.
actually, fiddling around with builds. I really quite like that. Just sometimes I feel like, I wonder what this thing is like with maximum jump jets and jump jet skill tree. And before that would mean, A, buying the nodes, but then having to buy back after finding out it wasn't that good. But now, I can switch willy-nilly and actually experiment with builds a bit more. I'm not feeling so limited.
Yeah,
Very true.
which I feel like they should have just done that from day one.
Yep,
Yep.
that was all my position.
So that's my
It's just
position
very-
too.
You're saying it's catering to those with commitment issues.
Yes.
Well, they
yes,
wanted you to go grind like
maybe
normal games.
or I guess it'd be non-commitment issues because I want to change my mecha every other day.
And
But
plus, a lot.
sometimes with Omni Mechs as well. I've got
Yeah.
missile loadout. I'll go into the missile tree. Oh, do I want to change to a ballistic loadout? Not really.
Yes,
'cause,
Stormbringer.
Yeah, if I want to go back to missiles because I really enjoyed it, I would have to spend so much XP to do so.
So you guys are putting a lot of time just switching those things out. I'm just doing the laziest route, and I just buy an entire new mech, and that's how it sits.
Oh,
By a whole nother mech. What?
you
Yeah.
fail. Well,
Yeah.
C bills,
That's-
right?
I have like 4 Marauder 3Rs.
Boy.
wait, the same
Okay,
variant.
whale.
Dear Lord,
It's
man.
the same variant, and they just have different builds and different skill trees on them. That way, I don't have
Well,
to.
I
have to
think in
waste
the
my time in the
past,
skill tree lab.
I think in the past I did bring up an idea, and I wish they would put this in if there's any way to even do it. Is just save loadouts. So whenever you do want to swap one out, you could just say load out 1, 2, 3, and load it up and
Well,
save
in
it.
response to
That
the
would
Dane
actually be
thing,
good.
you did mention that as important. That's something they're really
Yeah.
looking into.
Yeah, it just takes forever to swap your stuff. Or I could just be like Snugs and just buy a fucking new mech and just
Plus,
go
like a
that
lot of
route.
times, like I just sit there and just
Do it
screw with
large.
mechs. I
Ugh.
just try a different build and see if this works or not. And just sit in mech bay for hours just building mechs, and that's it. Just that's fun for me
But
sometimes.
for us cheapskates,
Yeah.
I much approve of this change.
Yes,
Well, let me see if I can sell you on this point before you just call me a whale.
Well,
Thank you, Bob.
you're welcome.
So, what you're actually purchasing when you're getting a multiple variant with that is you're purchasing time. Because I have 2 jobs, and I really only have 4 hours every 3 or 4 days to sit down and play Mechwarrior.
Mhm.
And if I'm spending most of the time just really fucking around in the mech lab, that's time that I'm not actually playing the game.
Yeah, that does make
So-
sense. Does make sense, but I don't
Well,
have any money for that though.
You've just blown my mind. This is
Yeah.
insert shit with that guy.
But that gets expensive though, to tell you the truth. You're looking at 4 Marauders, each one of what being about 8 or 9 million. Like, how much C-bills do you have?
How much is your time worth?
Well, yeah, well, I got to grind for the C-bills for one, so that'll take a long time
I
for
have
me
to
do
play
that.
the game.
Yes, you got to play the game.
Or I guess what Snugs is saying, get good scrub.
Oh boy, oh boy, I'll have to bring my roughneck out for you.
Ooh, good.
Oh boy.
Good.
Well,
you,
I did the
you've gotten
math,
good.
and I
You
have
brought the
over-
roughneck.
I have over 3 years of premium time bank.
Jesus.
Jeez.
I've been playing since beta. It's just
Yeah. Just
It's-
sits there.
yeah.
I would say personally, at least, it takes quite a while to skill up a mech.
Yeah.
At least when you got a fairly large library of mechs, like getting each of those up takes quite a amount of
Well,
time invested.
that's one of the nice things about doing the same variant. You can just lap over all the extra historical onto the new variant, and then it's already skilled out.
Well,
But
also,
historical
too,
skill points, yeah, that you got thousands sitting in the bank from before.
well,
Right.
Stormbreaker brought up a
Well, I
thing.
do.
How about all the MC
Yeah, okay,
expense
that makes
for
sense.
the mech base?
You just pick them up for the events when they give you free mech bays. Like I haven't
Mhm.
bought a mech bay in like over a year. It's just
Yeah,
stuff
basically, I
you
think
get
like
through the event. or
last
through the
big
events.
sale, yeah, true. Like last big sale, I picked up like 30 mech bays, and I was fine with it.
I mean,
Oh wait,
personally,
no! I take that back. I bought 14 mech bays for my money laundering scheme.
That's right. Oh my god.
Personally, though, I like having one of each variant rather than getting too many of one, because that way it's a lot less scrolling through all the different variants. When I see that blackjack in those colors, I'm like, okay, I know what build that's in,
That works
and
too.
what mech what that mech particularly is.
So we got the skill trees. How about all the different mechs that actually changed in quirk wise, like the Sparky, light mobility, increase energy gen, and they seem to actually be doing to a lot of
It's
mechs.
just basically a light mobility increase. For
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't huge.
Oh really? It wasn't like
It's not that
substantial.
big.
Yeah, it was a slight mobility increase, but nothing to go home about.
I need to see how the Banshee's performing.
Well,
'Cause
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually my favorite Banshee variant.
Also-
BG3S.
Yeah. Also, too, they've been quirking all the mechs to like instead of ballistic and the missile just has a general cooldown type quirk. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool to go do that because then you're able to actually do different builds instead of like I'm stuck being a ballistic build, type thing. That's nice.
The one I really enjoyed is the Black Lantern one, though, with the moderate mobility increase.
The lantern
Well,
of color.
did you just
sorry.
go? Did
Sorry,
you just
yes,
go
I'm sorry.
quickly over the Banshee? Because 3S, by the way, has always been my least favorite variant, because that one has
Heresy.
The fight.
that one has a 345 engine cap on it, whereas all the others can take much bigger engines.
You want to see?
I
That's
just
why you
didn't
put
have anything.
bigger guns on that one.
Yeah, but it's got really like one ballistic, one missile hard point, and a whole bunch of energy. And it's like, oh,
You
hey,
see,
that's-
normally that would have been a problem, but now that we have Ultra 20s,
yeah, though Ultra 20 is pretty hot.
well, you're only shooting one of them.
You're only taking Ultra 20.
Yeah, just the Ultra, nothing else. No, it's well, with the lower engine cap, you can put you can fit room for like more heat sinks. It gives you plenty of room for activity.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, I picked it up because of the changes. Because before it didn't really have much in the survival. It was really slow. It had some weapon quirks, but they were not much to go home about. But now a universal 10% heat gen quirk means you can shoot a
Yes.
lot more. The universal armor across, it's just a little bit below what the King Crab will get, to give as a point of contrast. So this thing really is super tanky. Its weapons shoot much faster, and it's a
It's
lot cooler to
cooler.
operate. Yes. So this thing has been rejuvenated from one of the crappier Banshees to one of the better Banshees.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems to be like PGI's thing to quirk stuff, quirk mechs that don't get used a lot.
Yeah, which I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Because
mind that
before,
actually.
as I said, I just had no real reason to use it. If I wanted to use big ballistics, I'll just throw on the other ballistic Banshee. Because that one you could do like 4 AC2s on the side, and they're big giant tubes poking out the
They
front.
had
of
it
it.
last patch for the Jenner, by
It's
the
a
way.
giant organ gun. Though my favorite was just one of every caliber, so a 10, a 5, and a
Oh,
couple
God.
of 2s.
Just playing music on it.
Yeah,
The-
that was way better than just, oh, I'm really slow, but I've got one ballistic with 10% cooldown, guys. Woo.
At least now they actually modified the Highlander, which I'll probably bring mine out. Yeah, I hate using assault mechs, but I just love the look of the Highlander. It's one of my favorite mechs, but I'll start bringing that one out
which
now.
version of the Highlander?
The one with
Innisphere
Goss, I
Highlanders
think
have
one.
all got a buff.
Yeah, the Innisphere one. So yeah, that's kind of nice. I'll bring that one out now. You watch me die a lot, but it'd be fun. It'd be great.
Bob,
I
I,
s-
I need to teach you the ways of the assault.
Dude, I do not know the ways of the assault. It's
You do
horrible.
not know the way?
I don't know the
I-
way.
Dude, away.
I'm glad that I quite enjoyed the Innisphere Highlander, and it getting more buffs is even more fun. This thing has basically the agility now of a rifleman, of a 60-tonner.
Oh wow.
It's better
Ah.
than the Orion, Thanatos, etc. Those things are slow to get started. And
I don't
stuff
have one
compared
of
to this thing.
those.
The Highlanders also have a lot of armor and some cooldown quirks as well. So they're a whole
Yeah.
bunch of quirky fun.
They may not be the lowlanders anymore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
The only
ballistic-
issue is their hard points and what builds you actually throw on them. That's always the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks like
that's a problem across any mech.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's just these are the earlier mechs, and like back in the days of the Spider, or the Locusts or whatever. This one, it's like, well, we got a whole bunch of variants. This one has one more energy hard point, but one less ballistic. Oh wow!
Yeah.
well, what can you do though?
It's like,
Basically, it's not much they can modify these mechs with, except for quirks. Kind of make them like individuals, because it's really hard to do that. Because like I think we talked about that with one of the mechs, the MechPacks that came out a while ago. It's like, well, this one has energy. This one's ballistic. This is like missiles. So this next one, the reinforcement has ballistic and missiles. This one has missiles and like like energy. And then the hero has all has all of them. And that's basically a generalization of
It's
what they
just
can
when we
do.
see newer packs, there is going to be like just even with the recently release of the Sun Spider, there's one with like 6 missile hard points spread all across the mech. There's ballistic hard points all over the place, energy hard points over the place. There's ECM available, etc., etc. And that's on the nominee mech when you can switch things in and
Yeah.
out.
I was going to say the
even-
clans don't tend to suffer from this problem.
No, the
Yeah.
Innisphere does.
But
big
even
time.
if you look at Thanatos, for example, you've got one with a whole bunch of missile hard points, one of them with more energy hard points. The list goes on and on and on.
They've
There's
gotten
way
more
variants.
creative.
Yeah. Whereas back at the time that the Highlander came out, the early days of Mechwarrior Online, I'm getting the impression at least they were very conservative with changing hard points.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even have double heat sinks in the game for a bit.
Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in that time.
So despite the lack of differences, I do own. Over time, I bought one and one after another. So I've got 3 variants of the Innisphere Highlander now. So they have done enough to make them different.
What do you guys think about the new Gauss rifle? The light Gauss rifle increased from 810 to 750. You guys been using those? Because I've
Oh
never
my
used
God,
that actually
yes.
yet.
Oh, quad light Gauss king crab. It'll change your life.
Quad light Gauss king crab. You're kidding? Holy shit! I'll have
No.
to try that.
No.
So you put that on a light 300. It just fucking rips shit. They're on like a 2-second cooldown. You fire one claw and then the other, and then by the time the second claw's done, the first one's off cooldown, and it's doing 16 points of damage. But anything without armor is just getting fucking wrecked. Just the critical strike chance from that alone. It's
Well, if we had Commander Lemming here, he of course did
Oh,
whole drops
yeah.
with people, a whole mass of light Gauss rifles. But with the recent patch, at least, yeah, they've increased the max range, the optimum range a little bit with the light Gauss rifle
Yeah.
to help a bit with its sniping capacity. It helps a little. It's really a minor change. It doesn't change how it works mostly.
a brawling weapon. Getting close. Yeah.
It's a brawling weapon now.
But we have
Wait,
skipped by a few here. The Atlases now have a bit more torso yaw.
Yeah.
Woo. A lot of them still
Woo.
make paper,
And that
but
Black Lantern thing. I don't know about that guy.
Nerf
Black Learner's increased mobility, which is really nice. On top of the changes to mask, all the mask variants have basically got improved, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yes.
They've increased the acceleration, deceleration, and the speed increase, at least for a
Which
whole bunch of them.
that changes everything, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, I love it.
I have to bring my logo to like Wolverine soon and go and see if that does anything. Go try that
Yeah,
one out.
with the change to mask, particularly for the bigger ones, it actually makes it a lot more worthwhile because the problem was like the smaller masks gave something like 15%, and then you pay more and more tons, and at the end you're like, wow, look, this one's got 18%. It
Yeah,
went up like by 1% each time, and that was like you're spending an entire ton and slot each time and trying to shove it in an assault mech, and it's a very minor increase on a slow mech possibly.
Yeah,
Like, what's the
true.
point? But yeah, now the fastest assault mech, the Zeus Hero, goes at like 115.5, as opposed to before the patch it was 102. So it's gained 8 kph with the mask upgrade, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Cataphract is like 108. The Wolverine is up to 143.6. The Phoenix Hawk, fastest mech in the game, 169 kph with max engine and mask.
You're
I
kidding.
need to try that.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Lars,
That
your
sounds-
Gundams got upgraded.
I know, and fuck you, but yeah. I need to try that out.
And some mechs like the other things also is that the acceleration increases improve. So some things like the Kodiak Hero, the Spirit Bear, that max speed is 90.6, but it actually gets up to that speed, not just before it's going to break its legs. That
Well,
max speed actually has a purpose.
I wonder if they actually put this boost speed and all that kind of stuff in the Flea when it comes out. Did it actually did they increase it? Like just like how they had the urban mech and the lighter mechs, the heat management was actually working. Is it going to be working for the Flea, like for the mask? Did they incorporate that
The only
yet?
only way to figure that one out is when it actually hits the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's where
there's
I
what
see
they
it.
say and there's what actually happens. Which are
Well,
generally
no
two
one really
things.
knew about it until someone actually did some studies on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of good. And then the ballistics guys. Anything cool about this, or just everything got reduced down?
These are all helping less often used ACs. I would say they're giving a buff across the clan AC line, but no one uses them. There's still not much point to use it. But the inner sphere AC and LBX lines, this is way more interesting.
Well, LB10 I use a lot, and so that's actually going to be helping from 2.5 2.25. So
Yeah.
that's
So
nice.
basically, AC10 or LB10 has gone from 2.5 to 2.25, increasing their fire rate. Like, what is this? It's cutting down like 10% or so from its fire rate. Yeah, it's firing a lot faster now, which actually I'm quite approve of because in terms of tonnage invested, these guns are now trying to compete with the Rack 5. Like the LBX-10 weighs 1 more ton than the Rack 5, and of course was a much lower DPS and just splatting all over the place. So it's like it does some burst damage, but why am I bothering? I should just really take a Rack 5.
Yeah, true. I don't know, like I never had really good luck with racks, so to tell you the truth, like using them, there's too much face time.
And even ignoring racks in the inner sphere side, if I'm spending the tonnage, I go UAC 10 because that had a much better burst damage.
Racks
But
broke the
now
game.
there's a real difference because, or at least it's helping make the not rapid fire ballistics have more of a purpose because the UACs are hotter for what they do, and they have a longer cooldown.
True.
At least for the 10s.
Well, the energy changes too. They actually the clans heat reduced they actually reduced the heat, which is nice.
Okay. Just to finish on the ballistics though,
Sorry,
before we
I'm
go
just
looking
jumping
randomly
ahead.
at other things. AC10 and LBX10 faster cooldown helps to make them a bit more viable. Still, the UAC and the rack have a really strong place. They're a lot hotter. AC2 and LBX2 have their heat produced by 0.1, which really does sort of help with that DPS role. And the same for AC5s, but AC5s are still somewhat a little bit nerfed into the ground. I think they really need to bring up AC5s to be quite useful back to the place they used to be. But yeah, I love using the AC2 family, and they've all been the AC2s and LBX2s have been improved, so even more constant fire.
I actually love it. I love AC2s it just sounds cool. It just sounds awesome, man. I love that thing. Just fun to use. But you really have to face tank or find someone that's actually distracted and just start unloading on them.
Well, I was showing a new guy in last year's chat the wonders of the Ballistic Panther with the LP2.
Oh god.
I was gonna say, Bob, it's a lot easier to win a fight if your opponent doesn't know you're fighting.
Of course.
Yeah. Just go behind them and just blow off half their armor with just rack 5s is pretty great.
Well, that's what I do with the piranha. Basically, just run up behind him and just eat him alive.
Well, that's just in-game cheating right there.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. So,
Right,
what are you saying, Biter?
Well, let's just quickly crack on. I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Energy changes. The whole clan, small laser. Those smaller weapons are getting their heat reduced. This is a nice little change.
Yep.
Also, amongst them, the inner sphere small laser is getting a little bit of heat reduction as well.
Definitely
I
help out.
already only mostly use inner sphere small lasers and medium lasers. I don't use the ER variants. There is actually a different purpose to each of them. But I'm glad that they are buffing my weapon system, so I have even more of an advantage over those silly ER small users.
Yeah, good job, PJ, giving Biter more of an advantage in the game. Thank you.
You just have to be smart enough to not just go for the extra aim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Clan Double Heatsinks got heat reduced to 4 from 5. That's interesting. And when it actually
squishier.
Yeah, basically when they go balance it out, because I mean literally 2 slots and also 2 slots for those are really nice, and plus they gave off is it more heat or what? When heat reduce?
So they just changed the health of
Okay,
clan.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Double
all it
Heatsinks.
is. Yeah.
It makes it easier to
Oh,
crit
health.
them out.
I'm sorry. Yeah, health. Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
So now inner sphere double heatsinks are 7.5, all singles are 10, and clan doubles are 4 health. Pitiful 4 health.
Yeah. Cool shots. Consumable changes. This actually was a big one for the simple reason it became Airstrike Online instead of actually Mechwarrior Online, because literally if you have a whole unit of people with 2 each, they just unload everything and they can kill you just from airstrikes, and that's it. And this is actually kind of nice. I do like this and how they actually brought it down. It's kind of underwhelming though, because for cool shots like we talked about last week is bringing the cool shots from 18 to 14. It helps because it doesn't actually have an alpha strike, and that's all you're doing. Then hitting cool shots, and you're able to actually play the mech according to what it should be played, not just a boat unloading like energy vomit type thing. And that's kind of cool.
These are welcome changes. These were the most abusable. Cool shots are still really strong. Airstrikes have now mostly been switched out for artillery strikes, and artillery strikes are still really strong, though they are at least a lot less consistent and a lot less just sort of, I'm going to put this behind the hill and hit the whole enemy team because it goes for miles like it did before the airstrike.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice. They brought and they're actually having a lot. Yeah, actually, like you said, they're having a lot more people with arty strikes now. I've been seeing that a lot lately.
That will be abused for a while,
Oh, yeah.
and then eventually they'll have to nerf that. And I'm always not a fan of consumables, so yeah, slowly we can nerf them all into oblivion, including even like the super UAVs if you put skills into those.
Super
crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the
the
collector's
skill trees
badge?
The new badge.
Yeah, new badge. I love it, actually.
The cat face.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that thing.
It's become the new totem mech for my clan.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
funny.
It's fucking glorious.
Let's see, they actually fixed some weapons systems, detailed improvements on the following mechs. Spectre, this is just like general stuff they actually go ahead and fix. Another cool thing is special events improvements, which would help actually to they can use say for scouting UAV kills. So like if you want to kill, you must kill 6 UAVs. UAV detection, you got to detect up to 20. So this kind of actually helps us learn a little bit more about how this kind of system works, and that's nice. Flanking, protect light, AMS, missiles destroyed, my favorite. But so
yeah, definitely the AMS missile destroyed makes me happy.
I mean, these are all in possibly interesting venues, but a lot of them are quite gimmicky. And The problem is if you do an event about AMS missiles destroyed, is no one's going to take missiles, and then everyone's sad.
You know what? I'll be that guy. I'll be clutch. I'm going to take out my Trollopult with 19.5 tons of ammo, and I'm just going to not stop firing the whole match.
You're just going to be just there, just giving gifts to everyone.
Like they don't
here.
kill you; they
Yeah.
just all stand
Yeah,
around
they
dancing
just keep
in
you
front of
alive.
Well, that's what I did. Like when they had the kill and like get a headshot, I put no armor like in my head, and it's just to help people out type thing.
Yeah.
Because it's harder as hell to get a headshot. At least for me, I don't know about you guys.
Old Bob assisting the enemy. Confirmed. Reported.
Yes.
Reporting Old Bob.
I just put 0 armor. It says true event. I'm gonna help people out like on that one.
Yeah, but anyway, though, I think that kind of covers most of the patch notes, and we do
Yeah.
have one last item if we want to touch on,
Oh,
which
God.
were the new mechs that came out.
Mhm.
Actually, I would like to mention one thing real
Yeah,
quick
sure.
that I've done today.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I don't know if you noticed, but the Oceanic server actually moved from Singapore to Australia. So I
Mhm.
was, of course, interested. How would this affect everyone else? And I made a list and shared it on Twitter. And I've got some people who entered their ping. And just to
Hmm.
quickly summarize what's come out of that. So the ping to the OC server from Europe seemed to be at around 300, fairly stable. From NA, also around 300, fairly stable. Ping from most of Asia, however, has highly increased. So I've got two people who are actually living in Singapore, and they've wrote that their ping has gone up from below 10 milliseconds up to 300 to 400 milliseconds. So
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brian's
as
having problems with
TPP
that.
reported, I think he says basically I've got 300 ping no matter where I go now.
That's
This is a
crappy.
great G
Yes.
grade for him.
that's also the screenshots I've seen from BrioS. So,
Yeah.
well, Aussies should be happy. Most of Asia is not really happy.
Yes,
It's summarized that way.
this only possibly benefits Aussies, and then everyone else suffers.
Did you say why he did that though? I forgot why
They're,
you said
they're
that.
testing it out, seeing how it is different. I think they were wondering if it would be better.
Are the
Not, I don't think.
Australians buying more mechPacks? That's probably it.
Yeah.
Are they going to buy more McPacks now? That's the key question.
Yeah, true. Okay, so let's not have some dead air there. So anyway, so next on our list is in-depth discussion about the Powerhouse,
All the new Mechs.
all the new mechs. So who wants to go first on this one?
I'm gonna go first because I'm waiting
Go.
to talk
You're
about
dying
the
about it.
greatest mech.
We can hear
It
it
has
just bubbling
the
up inside of you.
greatest. It has the most fantastic lore ever.
No, the lore
It's
sucks. Bad
obviously-
lore. Bad lore.
The Roughneck.
Even the paint job looks amazing.
Now,
I
do know
mean,
that both these mechs were actually designed by PGI. They are quote canon now, so they're out there, and they're both
legit canon now?
yes, they're legit canon. Unfortunately,
Ooh.
But go on.
Unfortunately,
and go on Snuggles time. Like spread your lies.
my
Spread the
lies.
lie.
Okay, the Roughneck. Its lore is so great that it's. If you go to the Wikipedia page, they've actually incorporated Old Bob into it.
So
The initial designer of the Roughneck was named Bob, and the prototype designation was 10025.
oh, really,
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Now that could be the truth, or I could be talking out of my ass. Either way, but one very overzealous fan is gonna keep updating that page now.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so envious of you, Bob.
And by overzealous fan, I mean me. I'm doing it right now.
Damn it, Snuggles.
Now I have to
wanna
say,
I want to see
go-
screenshots.
go ahead, man.
Send old Bob Twitter screenshots and also link it to Russ.
No, please, God, no, don't do
Yes,
that.
This needs
Oh
to
God,
happen. This needs to
Shit.
happen.
Oh damn it!
If
What I
if
started.
go, I'm gonna make one other person as unhappy as I am.
I was pissed off when I made those videos, and basically, and it was fun hunting down Roughnecks when it
It's your
first came out.
highest viewed video, man. We gotta bring it up.
I know.
Well, that's how the internet work. Is as soon as you tell them what bothers you, that's exactly what they do. Like, when I open up builds, I'm like, all right, guys, tell me what you want to see on the Sunspider. People link me fucking Atlas with LRMs.
Yeah, all the
It's just
time.
like, I get trolled so hard for that.
Oh God. So It is okay. Okay, the lore is crap. Crap.
Let's ignore the lore
Crap.
type builds.
The
Yeah,
mech
ignore the
itself,
lore,
the
the
mech
mech
itself is
itself.
actually really good. It's very versatile, very good. Actually, 1 versus 1 mech. I use it in tournaments all the time. In fact, I'm doing a tournament tomorrow, 1v1 and 2v2. And basically, with the 3 ballistic and 2 energy and 3 missiles, I tend to actually do the same build, AC-20 and 3 SRM-6s, and it usually works out pretty well. And that's what I tend to do with all my roughnecks. Unfortunately, I might switch it up to like like LB10s or even like LB20, but generally though it's the same build all the time. But I do like it. It's a powerhouse. It has massive amounts of quirks. As far as armor wise, it's literally a walking atlas that's only like 65 tons, right? It's just crazy. It's a good mech though, to tell you the truth. The concept is good. The lore is crap.
I personally enjoy the name. It's called the Powerhouse, but I mean, people tend to link this thing, link it as a power loader from Aliens. Or
That's
Alien.
that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? On the
I would say the Powerhouse is an awkward and odd combination of hard points, at least relatively to the other
Yeah.
Roughnecks. It doesn't really particularly bring anything that special or new to the table.
It's
Um,
very similar to the 1A.
Yeah. Well, also it gives a plus 30% C-bill boost, and that's the reason why a lot of people switched over to it because it's similar to the 1A, like you said.
People are going to play the new mech, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and PGI was very smartly gave one with a lot of versatility to it. You didn't get shoehorned in with an all energy build.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you
True.
want to run missiles, you can run missiles. If you want to run ballistics, you can run ballistics. You can sort of do energy, but it really needs to be backed up by one of those other ones.
Yeah, but it also is the only Roughneck to have a missile velocity of plus 10%.
True.
Oh my god.
True.
All right, it's something. It's something. Hey, I'm just trying to point it out. It's something.
That is indeed something. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Okay, how about the
I just pictured everyone like, oh wow, my LRMs can get there faster now.
Don't jinx
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck's gonna happen. Oh, a free mech with missile velocity quirks and
I'm
three
on
of
it.
them?
Yeah.
Oh, 3 LRM-15s, a tag, and some light machine guns.
Oh
Well,
my
you know.
goodness.
So how about
And-
the Sunspider guys? How you been liking the Vanguard?
I haven't had much time to play with it, but I love playing against it.
Gee, why is that? Why is that?
That's
Tell me.
actually a good summary.
Yes.
Well, one of the greatest things you can do so far on the Sun Spider is actually strip all of the armor out of the center torso, and you'll free up a fair amount of tonnage.
because you need no center torso. Like
You're taking no center torso damage. Yeah.
You're just a giant walking side torso.
Yeah, that's the
It-
problem they had with the Uzil too. It's like people complained about it because literally it was just a big torso and that's it. And so what they did, they gave a little more armor. So that they might actually do that once the complaints start coming at Rust, and then they'll change the whole game concept. So they'll probably gonna do
Well,
that.
It was literally the opposite of the Night of Color when that one, like, because you can get shot in the fucking leg and it registers on the CT when the Night of Color came out.
Yeah.
And this one is you can shoot it in the leg and it'll register on the side torso. It's great.
Well, I think probably what's going to happen is that they'll probably just give it armor or structure quirks.
It needs its hitboxes looked at again.
Yeah.
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 Also, the thing is, PGI has not really been keen on giving clan mechs any armor and structure quirks, so I too would expect
Yeah.
that they'd slightly
hitboxing,
redo the hitboxes.
That's a good point.
There are clan mechs, a fair number out there with armor and structured stuff to them, and
Miss
I was
Links.
quirked what it is. I've heard people compare it also to the Thanatos in terms of giant walking side torsos. The funny thing is actually though, at least the Thanatos's arms give it good coverage from the direct from the side.
And this doesn't.
And
Yeah.
It actually had a whole bunch of survival stuff on top of it. It just wasn't enough, even on the Thani. And this thing's kind of worse in terms of side torso profile.
It's just a giant locust.
I would say
True.
at least my own provision about the whole armor distribution thing is you could take a lot off the arms because they're not good shields. However, this thing can do some funny stuff with side torso tanking. You lose a side and then force people to shoot through it to get through to your CT, with that damage reduction.
Yeah, 50% damage reduction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So those who take off the CT reduce that functionality, so you can't tar pit the enemy as well as you could with the Sun Spider.
Well, the problem is though, like
Also,
all the
with
weapons and arms.
CT armor does mean a lot of times, like if I've got heavy goose, I'll just kill them straight through the CT, and they're really confused.
Also,
I
the other
actually
problem
really
is
like the I really like the Sun Spider. It needs a small change here or there, but it's close to hitting the mark.
I mean, it
So
looks
I-
cool though. You know, like I have to admit, it does look pretty decent. You know, I kind of like how it looks. It's just the mechanics of it are just a little bit wonky.
So now, granted, I have not played a lot of the Sun Spider, but from those who have played it, from either here or hell, even in the chat, what is your go-to build that you would say you would put on this
Lurms.
thing? Lurm, really?
Lurm or ATM,
Lurm,
because
yeah.
with its speed, it fits exactly into my playstyle. Stick close to the enemy at 300 meters, annoy them to death, get my own locks. It's perfect for that.
The one I actually just posted a video on, not that I'm fucking shamelessly self-plugging, but
Okay,
Plug 'em
that's
in.
what it's here for.
four streak 4s and then 2 ATM 9s. And then you just hold fire until shit's about 300 meters out, and you're just posting crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Huh,
that sounds
okay.
good.
I'm with the Vanguard. I've been playing into the Omnipod quirks, so I went the dual UAC 10 plus some laser, so like large laser or PPC, and I've had some really good games with that. In fact, most of my games with the Sun Spider have been fairly good. I sort of am aware that I need to play it quite conservatively. You know, I move up as a fire support mech, but every single time, at least, you know, the power of clan tech of dual UAC 10 is, you know, pretty good.
Well, my problem is that the ballistics are like right next to the window. So like when I was firing, just like the Hunchback 2C, it's freaking like the sun in your eyes. And I don't know what clan engineer decided to go put that in there, but you're stupid, dude. That just it's crazy dumb. And like, can you actually put the ammo on top of the weapon so it actually brings down the weapon? You know, just like the Hunchback 2C can. It brings down like the flash from the gun.
Negatory, morning glory.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
okay. Yeah, it just
The-
it's a stupid concept, man.
Since
They
we're
should have
talking
got
about
they
the
should have
weapon
got the
mounts
designer
now,
of the. I'm sorry, go for it.
yeah, since we're talking about the weapon mounts though, I would like to say that the Cytoso ballistic mounts for the Sunside, both in the Vanguard hero and the other ballistic Cytoso, are pretty damn good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hill peaking is definitely an option with this mech,
Mhm.
which
Oh,
allows you
yeah.
to survive a bit longer than you would in open space.
I mean, my usual strat, as I mentioned before, is I will give one sacrificial side to the enemy if, you know, I'm stuck in a situation where they're shooting me a lot, and I will just keep showing them that side, and people get really confused as to why they can't blow off the other side of the Sun Spider,
Mhm.
and they get bored and start shooting at something else, and then they turn back and they're like, "I'm still out, fool!" And as soon as they look at me, I toss it just away, and I'm the most annoying bugger, and they try to kill me through the CT, and I'm like, "Yes, yes, waste your time."
That's actually really funny.
Yes.
Oh, and then also from the chat, Skippy Nibble says, two UAC 2s and 2 UAC 5s.
Yeah, Batek
Yes,
says
yeah,
2
that's
AC
a good
10s,
one too.
Mhm.
2 AC
Yep.
10s and
was-
4 ER mediums.
That was my first video on the Sun Spider. Was
Mhm.
2 2s and 2 5s, and
Yeah,
it's
I've also been
surprising.
just doing the
It
quad
sounds
twos.
like
fun.
it would be absolute fucking garbage,
But it does
it's
good?
not. Yeah, it does.
I'll have to try your build of the like ATM 9s and the SRM 4s to see how that works out.
No, that one's just dirty.
But I suck at
Oops.
ATMs though, man. I'm bad at
Yeah.
them.
Well,
The thing, the reason
I
I
love
go,
ATMs.
reason
Well,
I sort of go for
here's-
the UAC 10s at least is you do a big amount of burst damage and you can focus on trying to survive and torso twisting, whereas the long-term DACA builds require a lot of face time, and the Sun Spider isn't that great at face time at the moment.
Problem is I have to be in third person mode so I don't get blinded though. That's the issue.
well, okay. So here's the thing with the ATMs. When you combine them with streaks, you just basically play like you only have streaks.
Mhm. Yep.
And so that way the whole issue with trying to get the ATMs like to jive with you is just completely negated until you get under 120 meters, and then you just don't fire the ATMs.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll have to try that. I'll try that tonight then. Ha 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 ha.
ATMs are just basically weird streaks.
Yeah, and they're a ton of fun.
So like the ATM 9s at like I think it's 270 meters. Just one of them is producing 27 points of damage.
Yeah, it'll just obliterate shit because I
Holy
have
cow.
that. As I have my ATM 18 Cougar. Freaking love that thing.
And then when the lights get close to you, because I think you're just like a missile boat, you're like, surprise, son, I have 4 streak 4s.
Sport motherfucker.
That's a
All
good
in all,
idea.
I think
I'll go try that.
I've
Do not want. Do not
Yeah.
want.
all in all, I'd say the Sun Spider, it's mounting clan tech. It goes at a good, good speed at 81 kph, and it has some nice hill peaking. So it's got a lot going for it. It is indeed, though, quite a second line mech at the moment. It really does not enjoy getting shot. But in the right hands, this thing can do crazy amounts of damage. And once the survivability issues are redressed, it will be a very nicely balanced mech for the game.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is, of course, I do like, by the way, as an extra mention, is they are giving, if you got the free hero, you get the whole standard pack worth of Omnipods to buy for C-bills.
Yep.
That
You
is
don't even need
nice.
to buy any of the packs to get those 3 available for you. So
Exactly.
I'm really glad about that. I mean, it gives a lot of build variety. You're not just stuck with one set when it came out. But overall, I'm still not a fan of necessarily from business decision giving everyone the free hero and the standard pack
Yeah.
and putting all the cool stuff in the reinforcement pack.
Well, I don't have to worry about that now.
Why's that, Bob?
Chills.
Yeah, whenever Bob and I were streaming, we've gotten this weird bit of luck that Bombadil and No Guts No Galaxy, they keep gifting us mech packs
Yeah.
on stream.
It was just surprising because I'm like, what the hell is this? Well, why did I get this screen? I'm like, why do I have like all these sun spiders? What the hell? I didn't buy this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, Bombadil, if you're watching, I love you.
Yes.
I'll do things for you.
No.
He gave me the Black Lantern and a Sun Spider pack.
See, the whole thing is like I love. Don't get me wrong. I love getting free stuff. Don't get me wrong. But I'll give my honest opinion about what it is. I never want to say, I love this thing so much, even though like I would hate it, but I'll give my honest opinion because that's who I am. Give the honest opinion of something free. That's no problem.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
That's how you expect anything from me, guys.
Well, so to be honest, with the Mechwarrior online community, there's when it comes to shilling like that, it's a self-correcting problem. If somebody comes out and is like, "Oh yeah, the Sun Spider is the greatest brawling mech ever," meanwhile in real life, everyone's like, "Hey,
they already
buddy."
know."
Yeah. Okay, so are we done talking about the Sun Spider and the power loader?
I'd say so. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Nah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, there was actually a change to the entry for the lore for the roughneck.
Oh, really? What is it?
No,
live updates.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, apparently.
Did you actually go inside there and do that?
This prototype pilot, or it's prototype 10025 made by a mechanic named Bob.
Oh my god! Did you actually send me the link on that one? I want to see the link on that. I want to see the link. Get your link now. I'm gonna go in there and start changing stuff again.
But anyway, but as always, if people want to tune in, I am doing a live stream tonight. We're doing theme night tonight. We're doing streaks, and for some reason, AMS.
We're going streaking.
AMS.
Yes, we're going streaking with AMS.
Yeah.
Protection.
Yeah, exactly. I might be streaming. I'm not sure yet. I might be on. I'm not sure because I'm tired as hell. So, but I don't know. If I'm on, cool. Hang out with me and hang out with us. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bob, I just want to let you know that I actually have to give money in order to edit Sarna.
Really?
I just want to let you know that I'm actually spending real life money on this.
Oh, you're kidding, dude.
Snugs, you like me and everyone else here has a Patreon. You could do this. You could just use Patreon monies to do that.
Yeah, just use Patreon money to do it.
It's for a good cause.
So that means all the people that are using your Patreon are actually in this with you then.
I think they would be.
Okay. I think he's silent. Okay, anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. This is Old Bob signing out with Biter, Ian, Larsh, and Snuggles time, where he's doing something weird. I don't know. But anyways, thank you for watching.
Change my name to Revision.
Yes. Thank you for watching, and tune in for next week, Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And thank you, everybody. Check you later and see you on the battlefield. Bye.
Bye-bye.